Yes, a Safeguarding Adults review culminates in recommendations for improvements to the Safeguarding Adults Board. In Trafford, it's the Trafford Strategic Safeguarding Partnership. And the partnership considers my recommendations, and assuming they accept them, they then work with partners to develop a multi-agency action plan to actually turn those recommendations into action. In John's case, I made several recommendations. I'm just going to briefly run through them now. That the partnership should monitor and analyse unsafe hospital discharges, particularly where safeguarding concerns arose as a result of the discharge from hospital. Trafford area hasn't got an acute hospital, so Trafford residents who are discharged from acute hospitals will be discharged from hospitals outside of Trafford. So another recommendation was to ensure that there were strong links between the community learning disability team in Trafford and hospitals outside the borough who might be discharging Trafford residents with a learning disability from hospital, to ensure that where the criteria were met, a fall by a person like John triggered a safeguarding referral. That a task and finish group should be set up to look at the support that adults with a learning disability require when they are admitted into a hospital acute setting. That the self-assessment tool, which Trafford Council share with the providers of care, such as the provider of the care to John to help him live as independently as possible in the community, that self-assessment tool should include additional questions about their falls policy and practice. The error in prescribing in this case was to be addressed by the local clinical commissioning group who have oversight of GP practices. That the learning from this review in respect of the application of the Mental Capacity Act was shared with each acute hospital into which John was admitted. That an action plan was requested from all of the acute hospitals concerned about how they made applications under the deprivation of liberty safeguards, and how they ensured that advocacy support was provided where appropriate. A range of measures to ensure that patient passports are initiated and maintained for all adults with a learning disability, and that the report that I produced was shared with all of the agencies involved in the case so they could review their practices to ensure that they were making reasonable adjustments to ensure that adults with a learning disability were able to access services.